Good morning, students. Today we will study registration under GST. So, in this chapter, we will understand the legal provisions relating to registration, who are required to be registered, what is the procedure for registration, what are the various types of registration, what is the time limit for registration, what is the procedure for registration, what is the effective date of registration, how registration can be suspended and withdrawn and cancelled. We will discuss the concept of CTP and NRTP. So let's start. Now under GST, every person who is supplying goods or services under his business is required to determine that whether he is required to be registered under the Act, under the GST Act or not. So in order to identify the taxpayers covered under the GST, the authorities need to get the details of such businessmen who are supplying goods and services in the country. Therefore, registration of the businessmen supplying goods and services is the foremost important requirement under any taxation system. First of all, we understand what is the meaning of registration. Now, GST Act is an online tax, and for this purpose we have to be registered with the government. For this purpose, you should know the website of GST for registration, that is gst.gov.in. So this registration serves two purposes. Number one, identification of taxpayers and also checking of the compliance by the taxpayers. So if a person gets registration under the GST Act, then he has one important benefit, that is, he can claim input tax credit of the GST paid by him on purchases, and simultaneously he can utilize the same input tax credit for payment of GST on his outward supply of goods and services. This benefit is not available if he is not registered in the normal manner under the GST Act. If a person is not registered under GST, such person cannot collect tax from his customers. Also, he will not be entitled to claim any credit of tax paid by him on purchases made by him.